Okay, hello guys, welcome back again. This is Perimesh Productions, and today we are going to check on the FL Studio mixer. So today we are going to learn some few things. We're going to check about the fader knob, we're going to check the gain knob, and we're going to check the panning and the plugin slot in each and every channel of the mixer. So before we continue, guys, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It's a show of support to these lessons done for free, and you're just sharing ideas. So guys, let's dig deep to it. So there are some very important keys about the FL Studio mixer. Those are the things that you are really supposed to be keen about. If I want to, I think on the previous lessons we checked on how you're supposed to bring those tracks to the mixer channel. So for example, if I play this track, you'll see some signals. This is the flow of signal here. For example, if I take this channel number, let me switch these ones off. So if I take this channel number 25. Now if I want to, there's this knob here, the on and off button. If I switch it off, you'll hear nothing. Even if you see some signal, you'll hear nothing. And if I switch it on, you'll hear the vocal. Yeah. Point number 2. Okay, all these vocals, they are being sent from each channel to the master channel. So if you look at this channel number 25, you can see that there are these connections from the channel to the master. So even if these ones are on, this is the one that is controlling everything. Okay, if I play the track, and now I've switched off the master. Yes, there are some signals which are flowing, but you can't hear anything because everything in the FL Studio now it's being heard through the master channel. If I switch it on, you'll now hear everything. So if I switch it off, I switch everything off. But if I switch this channel number 25 off, I only switch that specific channel off. Okay, now point number 2, we are going to check on these knobs. If I want to increase or decrease the volume, for example, these I'll be using this one. This is the fader. Now I want to solo these. I want to solo this channel number 25. To solo is only if you want to hear that specific channel number 25 alone. I'll just press S and I play. Now I only hear that specific channel. If I want to hear everything, so S to solo or to unsolo. That's a very important thing. So if I let me solo it S, and then this knob here, I'll be increasing or decreasing the volume. Now you barely hear anything, but if I start increasing it, you hear the vocal. So that's the fader. You increase or decrease the volume. And then you have this from the channel to the master, there's this knob here. If let me play it, and then if I decrease it using my mouse, my mouse knob here, if I increase or reduce it, you'll hear different. Let me reduce it to 0. You barely hear anything, but if I increase it, yeah. So those are 2 ways in which you can increase or decrease volume in FL Studio. So let me play it again. Let me unsolo. Now that's about the increase and decrease of the vocals. The panning, there's this knob here, as you can see, one I'm panning it left or right. So this one, if I want panning, is probably like if you're having an earphones or an headphones, you are switching that voice from left to right or center, so that if it's left, total left, let me solo this one. So if I take it all left, now you only hear it on the left earphones or headphones. If I switch it right, You only hear it on the right. So sometimes you do panning. Let me take it to 50. You do panning to reduce competitions of maybe of instruments and different frequencies, maybe instruments which share the same frequencies. Okay, let me play it again. Now there's this vocal. Let me mute the main one. Now that's the panning. So panning makes the vocals sound wider. Okay, and then there's this section here. If you don't see this section here, check here where it has been written wide. If it's on or off, you can switch it on or off through this one. So this is where you'll be adding effects or plugins. So how do you add effects to your channel? So for example, I'm having slots. Let me take something empty. Okay, this section or the plugin section, one, before even you start adding plugins, you must make sure that this knob is on. For example, this channel, and I want to add a plugin. So if I want to add a plugin, I'll go to this. For example, I'll say let me say this plugin number 1. I'll just click here, slot number 1. I click here, and then I select any plugin that I want. If it's reverb, delay, or any kind of stuff. I've put a reverb in this case, and then I must make sure that this place is on, yellow is on. So if it's like this is off, like this is on. So that's where you'll be adding, how you add effects in any channel you want. Let me solo this main volume. No, not that one. Let me solo this one. Now, if I switch it off here, now the vocal is dry how it was recorded. So if I unsolo, so that's how you add plugins in your FL Studio Mixer. So those are the basic steps you're supposed to check in. That's the basic knowledge about the FL Studio Mixer. So maybe next time we'll check in depth on how now we'll be starting on how you're doing mixing vocals, doing comping of the vocals, how to key your vocals, how to remove some S's, how to do the compression, how to add reverb, how to doing the limit, how the auto-tune speed, how to identify the key that you're going to use, how to identify the key of a vocal. But till next time, guys, thank you, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel at Peremesh Production. Thank you. See you next time. Nilikuwa nikijificha, kumbe wewe uliona.